Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. In this week's episode, we're heading to Alaska. Do-it-yourself caribou hunt, same one we went on the year before, 2019. If you've seen that video, this video is going to have a little bit more of informational on it than that one did, because I was getting emails on some questions, so I'm going to try to fill them in. Bear with me on it. On all hunts you have problems. This one we have a double punch record problem, so we don't have one of the kill shots on there. But it's going to be a great time. It's Alaska. This was 2020, so with not being able to do nothing, we couldn't go to Canada. We couldn't travel anywhere. So Alaska finally opened up back for travel. It's the first part of August. We're itching to go shoot some stuff and have some fun. So on this trip this time, it's going to be me, my dad, and Billy. So we're going to go up there. We got a camper rented, and we rented some quads this time. You don't need the quads. We wanted the quads just so we could travel around, see the area a little bit more. I'll touch in a little bit here on exactly what you need to do, but it's going to be a fun hunt. Stay tuned. It's going to be informational. I hope you enjoy.
If I can make a living walking in the woods, you can bet I'd be sitting pretty good high on a hill, looking out the field downwind. Make a nickel off of turning them bass. Never worry about the price of gas. I've been wheeling and dealing and sitting there in a min. Hunting, fishing, loving every day. That's the prayer that a country boy prays. Thank God he made me this way. Hunting, fishing, and loving every day. Early in the morning, late in the evening, I'm getting red dirt rich, the Flint River paid, hunting, fishing, and loving every day.
Line of campers. They're coming. Look at them all.
Crazy.
Beautiful day.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Night for us. It's already 11:30 at home. Look at them all.
Billy's got a filleting knife,
Oh yeah.
and he's got a buck gut knife that ain't worth a shit, because I got one.
The blades work good.
Yeah, the blade works good.
Got a lot of deer with that knife.
Really?
Oh
You
yeah.
sharpen it?
I kind of sharpened it before I got here.
I got a lot of deer with it, but I ain't sharpened it a lick.
No, I have a couple times.
Come on, Jim, it's 11:30.
Billy's little hole.
BB gun.
His shanty. I'm stuck out here in the rain. And then we looked up right there. And there was 2 caribous. Bull caribous, like I shot last year. 20, 25 yards. Trotted on over there. disappeared because we couldn't see them in the fog, and then they kind of reappeared. And we've seen, see that? That's a mountain. You can't see it. See, hear that gunshot? There's a mountain there. I've seen 2 huge bulls with a couple other smaller bulls and a whole shit ton of cows. And then this rolls in, and now we can't see anything other than the 2 that tried to run us over. Huh.
Which we were sitting up there earlier.
Yeah, we were sitting there. Bill had to move down here, and I felt bad for him, so I came on down to sit with him.
Could have stabbed him.
Alright, check back when this shit goes away. Oh yeah, there's some idiots down there, right there. We're planning on shooting the shit before they get to them, unless, obviously, they come straight at them. Alright, check back later. The hunters are there. There's the caribou. There's the hunters.
I range it. You still see it?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, it's literally even closer now. Dude, it came way.
It's 450.
For us?
Yeah.
For them, that's like 7,500.
Yeah.
yards. Look at that, dude. Doesn't get any better than that. Look at. Oh, we're gonna shoot it. We're gonna shoot it.
That sucks.
That does suck.
Because that means they ain't shooting little ones.
Then, yeah, they're doing the same thing we are. Look at that.
Yeah, I got the hunters and the bull, little bull, all in the same frame.
That one's. I fucking watched him hit it.
Yeah, it rolled at that time.
We're gonna fucking go any farther than that.
Had to shoot it twice.
Yeah.
At like,
80 yards.
no,
Not even.
fucking 35, 40 yards. It was right below him.
Okay. Oh, we got it. We got it.
Cool. One less caribou
Yeah.
hunter. That guy's tagged out now. Alright. Shooting's done now. And what we got laying?
Well, we
A
got,
boo!
A boo.
we got the tough hunt.
Don't take your clothes off. We gotta get pictures yet.
Look at
Go down there.
Look skimmed his leg, Billy.
He had that automatic and he was using it.
Skimmed his leg.
Watch out. Hold them up.
Oh, man.
Your first caribou.
Yep.
Where are we at?
A really
Alaska.
good one too.
Off what highway?
Steve's, yeah.
And
Steese Highway.
even though we got quads, we're what, about a mile off the road?
Oh, we're a little more than a mile.
No, because that up where we were going is 2 miles, and we're about
We're almost
halfway
there.
there.
Well, that was the 1 mile marker back there.
How many points? Count them up. Bet it's the most points you've ever shot on anything.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
13.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Damn, 26 points. Now our work begins.
Not my work. I'm going hunting.
I'll sit here and somebody else will come up and we'll shoot it too.
I'm going up the road.
Pretty cool?
Very cool.
Very cool.
Thank you, guys.
Alright, let's get some pictures now that we got video. And now you're going to videotape me, right?
Yes, I am.
We'll get that. Hey, there's a caribou. See it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Get down, get down. Get down, don't move.
It's not a big one.
3 more behind it. Billy, get over here behind the gun. In your ears.
It's been raining, fogging. This is day 2, but we're finally got out where we can actually see a little, and as you can see, we can't see that far. But we can see just far enough.
My ear's still ringing.
My ear's ringing more because you shot next to me. I'm going to be deaf now in that ear.
Alright, you guys' ears are all ringing. Get the plastic out. Go to work.
Recording?
Yeah.
You're out here.
Stand up where you can film something. Look at all the caribou that's out here. That back guy was... No, he's not big enough.
I think that's the same group.
But see? This is a fucking good spot. Alright, slow him down.
There's Dad.
Well,
Jim.
I'm totally gonna run all your footage off. You see that little bitty kid track?
Beautiful. Say hi.
Huh?
Say hi.
We'll see if it comes here where I'm at. I'm gonna kill one of them. I get other hunts to do.
Hey, look to your left. There comes a whole herd
Oh, here's it come.
right underneath us.
Got it on record, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that.
The biggest one in there looks like the one I shot last year. Come on. Look. Look out. Lots of people. 400 yards still.
400 yards.
Yeah, there's no shooters there. That one's at 386. Look at these down here. Where they come from? All three.
There's the boogaloo. We shot a boogaloo.
Yes, we did. Were you filming? Oh, they put a bag of ice on it too.
Awesome. That and Oreos and milk.
1, 2, 3, 4, bags.
Alright, you're on video. You're on video. The one in the front? All the way left?
I don't know, think I can do better?
The one all the way left is huge, Jim. It's way bigger than mine. He's big. Don't shoot, don't shoot. If you get a shot, he's big. Oh, right there, Jim. Oh, shit.
Where the fuck is he going?
Jimmy's big. He's a big one.
Yours is bigger.
You think?
Just a little bit. I could have shot him. Why? Hang on.
Dad's over there shooting at one.
Good enough for me.
Did you hit it?
Yeah, he's laying right there.
Yeah!
Looks something like Billy's.
Woo!
I don't have to go way back there. I could have held out. He was not as big as I thought, but good enough. He got,
Fucked up.
He got double shovels.
I had him at 20 yards, 50 yards. When I shot over the hill, he went like this. And I'm going, where's Dad? Dad, he goes, he's over there.
I don't care.
And they went like this. I said, I ain't shooting because they're beside him. I seen where you're going. I said, let him come out over there.
First 5 minutes.
He's good enough for me. Well, go shoot something.
You gonna fuck around? Let's go get some pictures.
Is that the biggest one, you think?
Yeah, it was.
I don't know. Oh yeah, he's nice. He's cool looking.
Yeah, that's it.
Back with pictures.
He's got cool shape to him. Awesome.
He was laying down when I come up here. You sure this is the same one you seen?
Yeah, they shot him in the leg.
Yeah. Fuckers can't shoot.
You finished it. Get down behind him.
Don't let me hold your hunt up, Jim. Go on back there. I'll tag him up. I'll get him.
Double fucking shovel.
Yeah. I seen that double shovels. I said, I'm going to kill him. He's wounded.
That was so.
I swear the boy was laying there. I thought I missed him the first shot. He didn't even move. Look at that, huh? He ain't the biggest, but he's bigger than I got at home, so it'll be easy to come back.
Flash on.
Huh?
I want to put a flash on.
It'll be easy to come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
There's Jim. Good luck, Jim.
Get him?
Hang on. Not a clear shot. He's coming back up. Don't move. They're going back up the hill. Not sure, Jim. Come on. Go back up. Go. Run up there.
No, I don't want to run. Get out of front.
Oh, yeah. No. They're still there. They're still there. Right around that corner. See him? There he is. No. See him? See him?
One's got a fucking radio collar. You see it?
Yeah, the one in the middle, right? Yeah, but the one you want to shoot is in the middle, right? I seen that one with the red on it.
It's constantly blocked.
I know. Alright, he's right in front. Hit. Hang on. He's not moving. He's limping. You hit him in the back somewhere. Hit! You hit him again in the front shoulder. He's gonna go down, Jim. He's gonna go down. Woo!
Oh. It's not very big, but
There's the killer.
better than nothing.
Cool looking. Damn.
Alrighty. Here we are. Finally got this one on film. Billy filmed it for me, and we, or I shouldn't say we, I shot a little fast and should have waited, but I don't know, what is this, day 4?
Yeah.
Day 4. So I think the quota's gonna get full. I let Billy and Dad shoot a couple, and I kept holding off. I liked him, but he's only got a little spike here, and he didn't get a shovel. No shovels. But he'll eat good, and he's got white velvet. That's cool. I always wanted that. But it's been raining constantly. We got fogged in today and rained, and as far as I know, tomorrow we could have no visibility, and that's probably going to be our last day. So, 1 in the hands, where's 2 in the bush? But we're up here in Alaska shooting caribou. Huh? See, they're still shooting.
Yep.
Alright, we're going to get them cut up. Show the camper. Zoom in at it. See the camper back there? I mean, you can walk it, but it's a little easier if you ride it. But now we got work to cut out. Dad shot his this morning. I'm going to try to bring him back whole, because I think it'd be cool to get a double photo. But, show that hill. We got to go up that. But up, I'm thinking, might be easier than down. So, stay tuned for more. You're watching Realistic Hunting Adventures. Alright.
Fame is in the front seat, trouble with the curb. Love is in the back seat, singing like a bird. Oh no, take me to the good life. Stranger on the mountain, hanging on your words. Walking in a nightmare, everything is blurred. Oh no, take me to the good times. Don't forget what you told me. I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. Watching, waiting, my prey is praying. There's no escaping. My blood's pumping. I go 100. The hunter, the hunted. Love is in the spaceship, crashing through the air. Devil's in the details, lap is in your hair. Oh no, I can see the future. Take another picture, drop it on your tongue. Let your body burn down, breathe it in your lungs. Oh no, take me to your leader. Don't forget what you told me. I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. Watching, waiting, my prey is praying.
Well, as you've seen, that was our hunt. Had the double punch record, like I said, on Dad's caribou, and then Billy's caribou. It just kind of happened real fast, and we didn't get that on record. My caribou, I kind of messed up on. It was not the caribou I thought it was. We were sitting over on the one hillside looking out, I don't know, probably 1,500 yards or so. And we seen a big herd of caribou come down. one big bull with really white velvet. When you go up there, you'll notice the caribous don't have a lot of white velvet. That lighter gray color, whatever you want to call it. They're all darker. Well, he was a real nice bull, nice shovels and everything, nice top. He went back up on the mountain, the rest of the caribous went over. So we went on over there, hoping he would come back over in the next group. So as the next group came over, second I seen tops coming, and they were the white tops. I said, that's got to be him. Second I seen him, I took a shot without really looking at him. And it was a way much smaller caribou than I wanted. So that was that story. The things you have to remember when you go up there is, number one, you have to call and check the quota. The first time that I went up there, I called and checked the quota, talked to the DNR, and they told me the quota is always right around 1,000 animals. So they shut the season down because you'll still have some guys bringing caribous in after the season was shut down that they didn't know, and they'd top out around 1,200 to 1,500. They said that's been that way for years and years and years, so I failed to check the quota this year. This year's quota went to 3,000 caribou, so I shot my caribou on, I think, day 4. You've seen the video, and I said, yeah, the quota's going to be full at this point. No, the quota did not fill for a couple more weeks. And the caribous were just getting bigger as every day goes along because all the locals are gone, and they're stopped shooting the bigger caribous in the back, and just stop shooting all the caribous because they've got their freezers full, and the caribous get to keep on moving through. So, number one, Duke, don't be chewing no bone. Anyways, number one, check the quota for the year. They won't release that until it's usually like mid-July, somewhere right around there. That's when they release the dates of opening season, and that's when they release the quota number. Once the quota is 3,000 or so, season's going to last for a while. Stop chewing the bone. Anyways, so that's number one. Number two, check to see where the herd is. We just went right back to Eagle Summit because that's where we hunted the year before, and I asked where the herd was the first year. They said around Eagle Summit. It's usually always there. Well, this year it was probably like 10 miles north. When we got back into town, I seen a helicopter a couple times flying up there. And the guy said, yeah, Eagle Summit, you were on the edge of the herd. So check to see where the herd is and check the quota. Those are your number one things. Make sure you have that RC60 form, I think it was. I'll put it up in the credits. You get your Alaska rules and regulation books. When you're up there, in the back of the book, you'll have, there's the back page. You'll have this form. Can you see the form? That form just is for donating meat, hides, antlers, etc. You need this form to donate your meat. You're only going to be able to take back usually 100 pounds on the plane, so you're always going to have excess meat. Alaska is very strict on how to butcher your animal. They want you to take every little bit of meat off of it and not to waste any of it. If they catch you wasting it, you'll get a ticket. Easiest thing I do is take the front legs, take the hind legs, take your back straps and your tenderloins. So now what you're left with are rib cages and your neck meat. It's a little harder to debone, takes more time. Deboning a couple legs, real simple. So I donate the ribs and the necks. There's locals everywhere. You'll find a local, say, hey, you want some meat? They'll say yes. As long as you have that form, they fill out half, you fill out half, it covers you. The form is so if they get caught with some meat, they say you gave it to you. It's so if you get caught without the meat, you say I gave it to this person. So make sure you have that form if you need it. You need the R68 form to hunt in that area off the Steese Highway. I'll go over some of the gear. Everybody's always asking me what gear to bring, what I need. I'll run over that. Make sure you get a fishing license while you're there because you're going to want to fish. You get a small games license to get your caribou tags. That gives you a wolf tag. I believe the limit is 5 wolves. If you see a wolf, you're allowed to shoot it with that small game tag. All you have to do is when you go back into Fairbanks, you have to check it in and they'll give you a metal tag. Bears are separate licenses, but there's no closed season on bears. And I think the quota is right around the same, 5 bears per non-resident. So lots of bears to shoot, yes. Let's see what else. So those are your licenses. Make sure, because when you get your caribou tag, you're going to have a metal locking tag. You can put that on your antlers. That's where most guys put it. You have to put it on your caribou somewhere. Antlers is easiest because you're going to keep that. Don't try to put it on the hide like a deer or something, because you're going to be butchering that. But they'll give you that form, that it was RC60 form or RC68 form. It's the form that you have to have for hunting the Steese Highway. You have to fill that out too once you shoot your animal. Just because you have it with you, you need it filled out. They catch you and it's not filled out. It's stupid. It's free paperwork and it's just filling it out. But I've seen guys up there before get tickets for it because, oh, you didn't fill it out in time. So make sure you fill that out. Let's see, that should be all the forms. So, I showed you the forms. I always like to bring an orange vest or orange hat. Alaska rules and regulations does not require you to wear orange. I like to wear orange. Caribous aren't going to care. They're not going to see it. But at least other hunters can see it. And if you need, to find your buddy or something, it's way easier to find him if he's got orange on. I always bring duct tape with. And a little handsaw. Any type of little handsaw works. I like this one. It collapses down. When you go to bring your antlers home, caribous are usually nice and wide. You need to cut your skull plate in half. I was looking to see if I had a skull plate here. So, just a little dead deer I had under my one wolf habitat. You want to cut the skull plate right in the center. So once you get done cutting the antlers off, like a skull cap, so there and then there, you got these big sets of caribou antlers that you can't get on the plane. Take that saw and you cut a nice straight line right down the middle. Now you can put those inside of each other. You got your buddies with you. You put all your caribou's antlers together, wrap them up when you go to fly back. That's what the duct tape's for. You want to bring garbage bags with you because you're going to need those. But you'll have your meat in one of these containers right here, and that's why it says heavy on there. Got your, I wrote my address and everything on it. Frozen, Alaskan air. You want stickers everywhere on it, but you can buy these tubs up there from Walmart. This one's got wheels and it's got latches. Lately they've been doing the orange, yellow lids. You can get the other ones that just Tupperware container on, but make sure they got latches somewhere where you can lock it up. And make sure when you go to the airport you put heavy on it, and do not make these more than 100 pounds. If you make it more than 100 pounds, you won't get it back on the plane. It's too heavy. I usually make mine right at 98 pounds. Most airports have a scale there, but if you're freezing it someplace else other than the airport, bring a fish scale with you. It's real simple. You can weigh individual bags as you put it in, and you can weigh your tub. Keep it with, like I said, under 100 pounds, but it's something to know. There is a place to freeze stuff in Fairbanks, so when you go out to the field and you're on your caribou hunt, you can put ice in one of these. You and your buddies fill up one of these full of ice because it is cold out. The temperatures up there at that time of the year is, if we're in Indiana here, northern Indiana, it's like our fall October temperatures. You might get frost in the morning, but during the day it might warm up to 70 degrees if it was a hot sunny day. But normally in the mid 60s for a hot day. So you want ice to ice down everything while you're still hunting. If you got 3 buddies, you're in this camper that you're splitting it. You got 3 buddies, one shoots one day, one shoots the next day. You don't want to have to run all the way back into town. They'll keep outside just fine. Just bring some ice. That's what we do. So you can cool down your meat and cool down your antlers and hides. But saw in one of these containers. Now, what do I do with my keys? This is a case that I bring for the airline. This is off of Amazon. I think it was $100 bucks, somewhere right around there. It's got locks here built into the case on either end, but TSA requires you to have 2 physical locks on the case. So I like the keys that work both locks. You can lock it up. You're going to have to open your gun case at the airport if you've never traveled with a gun before, and they're going to swab everything. I might even have an old one in here. No, I got rid of it. They'll give a certificate and throw it in here so they know it's all certified. This one I have cut out for one gun. My ammo usually goes here in this hole. And then when you're flying, all your knives, your saw, all that stuff has to go in this case. So I like bringing a little hand axe and my hunting knife. That's what that hole is for. See how it goes right in. And then I bring my scalpel because I cape everything out with extra blades. A tape measure. You need, anyways, you want to bring your scalpel knife or some type of precision cutting knife for caping the heads out. You're going to have to cape the heads out. Do yourself a favor, bring a tape measure. A cloth tape measure works the best. And get a measurement from the corner of your eye to the tip of your nose, and then up tight around the ear. So tight as you can get it to the ears, and pull the tape measure tight. Write those two measurements down. It's good for the taxidermist if we're mounting it, or somebody else. But again, your knives and everything, they have to go in your airline case.
Okay.
The other thing is your ammo. Your ammo needs to go in your case too. For the airlines, they usually want it in the original boxes, not just laying loose like in a baggie or whatever. They want it stored away correctly. So I just put my ammo in there. This is for my handgun. When I bring my handgun, other saws, other knives can go in here. But again, all knives, all saws have to go in your bag. So that's what goes in your gun case. Now, what I like to bring is a pair of good long underwear, because it doesn't get cool. Main number one thing you want to bring is tops and bottoms rain gear. This rain gear, you can see the name right here, is what I prefer. Sitka gear works great, obviously, you know, QU or whatever how you want to call that. Some type of good rain gear where you can go stand in your shower for 30 minutes and you're not going to get wet. It's good rain gear. This is good rain gear. Because every time I've been up there, it's rained. And this hunt that you just watched, I think it rained for 4 days. Because we were there a little early. Yeah, I think it was 4 days, basically non-stop. That day that we shot them was like the best. I mean, it came and went, but you were getting soaked when you were out there. Good rain gear. I like ones that has vents under the arm. That's what this is. This is an air vent. So you can vent yourself. Lots of pockets. Another vent on the back. Just because you're going to be hiking, you're going to get hot. You can unzip them. Same with the pants. I like rain gear with the pants. These pants unzip from the top down and from the bottom up, so I can unzip and you get air up on your thighs. It's good for walking. But good set of rain gear. Pair of long underwear. I like layers, so I usually bring a couple light jackets. 1, 2. And that'll do me. Then you throw a pair of hunting pants in, a couple of t-shirts, you know, some socks. The way I work it is I get all of my hunting gear. That's my clothes, my binoculars, my boots, my shooting sticks. I like to bring 2 types of shooting sticks. I usually bring a sit-down tripod that you can go all the way up to your knees and shoot off of. And then all the way, these are extendable stand-up shooting tripods, because as you've seen in the video, you have nothing to lean on. There's nothing out there. It's all flat. I mean, you can lay down, but sometimes with hills you can't see them when you're laying down. You can only see them when you're standing up. So 2 sets of tripods. Gun oil, some type of, this is just WD in a little can, some type of gun oil and a rag, because if you got a blue gun with all the rain and stuff, you're going to have rusting problems, so it's good to bring. I bring usually 2 backup batteries for my cell phone, and I can charge my video cameras with it. I always bring extra stuff because I film my hunts, but make sure you bring some type of good camera to get good pictures of the landscape, and your caribous. Playing cards, this is just a phone charger that plugs into a cigarette lighter that gives you, you know, where you can plug anything into it. But this is my main luggage bag. I'll show you here. Because everybody's like, well, I can't get all my luggage in that bag. This is the biggest bag that you can get for the airline. This little strap out of there. It extends, as you can see. You would zip this up, and that's how most bags are, right there. This gives you that extra little bit, and believe it or not, it makes a difference. You get to see the ones with the wheels sticking down. Those are going to be smaller. You can Google each airline's a little different, but it's usually like, I think it's 25 tall and like 18 wide. It can't be no more than that from wheels to top. But whenever you see the wheels sticking down the bag, it's too small. Again, I can get everything you need in this bag. The reason is for when you're coming back, well, when you're going, this is your carry-on, and then you're allowed a personal item, which I use my backpack, and I'll fill it up pretty damn full with the rest of the gear that I could not quite get it in there. Another thing, a lot of guys are going to be carrying backpacks. Backpacks aren't waterproof. You always have rain gear, and you don't think about your bag. I think it's like $2 on eBay. You can get rain covers for your bags. They work great. Cover your bags up, keeps all your stuff dry. So make sure you bring one of those too. But again, this goes on as your personal item under your seat. This goes above. So now you don't have no checked bags. Your gun is the only one that's checked when you go on the plane. So your gun's your number one that gets checked in the plane. On the way back, so the first gun is usually like, I want to say like $30, 30 or $40, depends what airline you're on. But when you're coming back, you're going to have antlers, and you're going to have a bag of meat with your cape and everything in it, that box. So it starts to get expensive. If you're having another checked bag because you didn't get all your hunting clothes in these two bags, it rolls, keeps getting bigger and bigger. Once you go over your third bag, I think every bag's $100 after that. I did it one time. So when you're traveling with a group of 3, I always like to bring my own sleeping bag. The camper, if you're renting those campers up there, they have blankets in them and stuff, but they usually never have enough to, cover everybody. I like bringing my own sleeping bag, so I can't get this in none of this. So what we do is we have 3 of us. We'll have one big duffel bag, one loose duffel bag. Everybody will throw, their odds and ends. So a sleeping bag in it, a pair of boots if they couldn't get their boots in the luggage. You can wear some of your clothes. Obviously, as you're on the plane, you'll have to dress nice. If you want to wear a hunting jacket you couldn't get in a bag, do it. But one extra bag, and you split it up. So you guys split it 3 ways. It's never that bad. Binoculars in a good case. This is a case that goes over and hangs on my chest. It seals up, keeps the water off of your binoculars. You need a good set of binoculars because you're scanning all the time. And when you're looking at caribous, 1,000 yards out, a better pair of binoculars. Just whatever you got, the best one you got, bring it because you're going to need it. And I recommend bringing some type of glass cleaner for it because, again, it's usually rain on you a couple of days and you want to be able to wipe everything off. Range finder's always key. I always bring a predator call, some gloves, your gun strap. Make sure you bring one of those. This is just a face covering. The other main thing is boots. Some type of waterproof boots, and I mean fully waterproof. Even if it's not wet, the tops of the hills will be all dry, but once you go down in any of the valleys, it's always wet. It's like up to here, moss, bog, whatever you want to call it. It's just spongy ground, and it's always wet. So I don't care if you've got regular hunt boots on and you got them water coated. I've done it. After a day of walking in it, your feet are soaked. So some type of waterproof boots, and make sure you can walk in them because you're going to be walking, a couple miles off the road every day, and you want to be able to walk. You don't have to walk that far. The last time we were up there, I didn't get it on film, but I was eating. We had a really nice caribou, bigger than the ones that we shot. Shit, it ran probably 50 yards in between us and one other camper across the road. If you can't walk, just wait. The biggest thing you're going to have, the biggest problem you're going to have up there is holding off. That was our second time up there. I held off as long as I thought I should, and then I made the mistake of, I thought that was the caribou I wanted, and I shot real quick the second he came out because I thought they were going to be running, which they ended up trotting a little bit. But anyways, it's going to be hard to hold off for the biggest caribou that you want. And if you've never hunted caribou, when you see a decent one, it's going to look huge. But do your best to try to hold off and try to look at it. Make sure it's got shovels. Make sure it's got a good top, good bezzes. Your shots up there are going to be the one that I just shot. I think that was, it was a little longer of a shot. I think it was at like 250, 260 when I shot it. And then the last shot I think was right around 3 something. But I've seen them as close as bow range. But on the average, as long as you can shoot 200 yards, you're fine. You can get within under that if you just put your time in. Trying to think what else. Let's measure the bag just because I know I'm going to get emailed. Well, exactly how big they are. So I've already checked. This was as big as bag as I could get. And from the bottom of the wheel to the top part of the strap, I got like right at 24, maybe just a little under. And then once it's maxed out, it's gonna be, I'm at like right at 11 when I have that extended zipper out. See here, that shrinks it up, makes it bigger. So you have 24 by 11, and it is the standard 14 wide. So that's your measurements. You always have to count it to whatever the longest point is, and you can't go no bigger than that. I haven't found an airline yet that'll allow it bigger than that. So now nobody can email me that I didn't put the size on. But if you got any other questions, obviously about the hunt, you've seen we had ATVs. You don't need the ATVs. We had them just because we wanted to cover a little bit more ground, see what was around there and back there. And usually, I mean, once we went once we went about 3.5 miles in, all the trails that we were on, they got really rough and really basically gone, because there's really no trails. If you go up there early, there really is no trails. The locals are just making a trail, and after about 3 miles, there's not enough people back there, and it's just, you're finding your own path. It's not worth it. For hauling caribous out, if you walked in like we did the first time, you know, a mile in, you shoot it. If you don't want to hike it out yourself, tag it up, leave it there with a buddy. Oh, hand radios. That's the other thing you need to bring, so you can communicate with your buddies. There is no cell service up there. So if you're sitting in one spot and your buddy's a mile away sitting in another spot, you want to be able to talk to them. So a couple little hand radios. But again, so let's say I shot one, I tagged it up, you call your buddy over or something, say, hey, watch it after you got it. Go back to the road. There's locals going to be traveling that road every day. I don't care how late you're going to be up there. You'll find somebody with an ATV that will take extra meat. That's what the form is for. To bribe them if you have to. Hey, come get my caribou out for me, and I'll give you some meat. They're really nice people up there. I would say even nicer than anybody you'll find down here in the lower 48. They're all hunters, and they all want meat for their families. They're all locals. I think it was only like 13 non-residents hunting the Steese Highway zone last year when we were there. Now, if you Google it, I want to say it was somewhere around 1,500 to 1,000, something like that, non-residents hunting the 40-mile herd. Well, when they tell you they're hunting the 40-mile herd, it's the entire herd. We're only hunting off the Steese Highway. The 40-mile herd is before the highway and after the highway. Those are the people are paying 10 grand, 8 grand, and so forth on being flown in and dropped off and hunt. Or the other route is you'll see the boats go by you. The Yukon River's up there. They go up the Yukon River and drop guys off and let them hunt. That's what they're talking about, 1,500 to 1,000 non-residents. But off the main highway where you have to have that special form, make sure you have the special form for a non-resident, not for a resident. I've been to the DNR and I've been to Cabela's, and both of them have given me residence tags for that area, and we're non-resident. You'll get big trouble. You need a non-resident. Make sure you tell them. So this is the non-resident, and it's going to say RC60 or whatever, but just make sure it's non-resident for the Steese Highway, and you'll be fine. But for those, it was only like 12 or 13 people last year. They were mostly locals getting food for the family. And another thing is, last year was the first year they allowed locals to shoot 2 caribou bulls. That just shows you that they're getting more. I called up for the winter hunt, and I want to say it was like a week or two, something like that, before the season was going to close, and they had 9,000 caribou they wanted to kill, and they were only at, I think, 850 or something like that, right at 1,000. So they were way under that too. So I'm thinking this coming year, 2021 season, is always going to be somewhere right around mid-August when they open, around the 10th, 11th, usually right there. But I'm thinking they're going to have a much higher quota this year. So we'll wait and see on that. This is basically what I bring. You can add what you need, but that's, I mean, it covers pretty much all your basic. The tubs, the shooting gear, the rain gear, your boots. I'm trying to think. It's pretty much, that's it. Oh, I know something I'm forgetting. Fishing gear. I don't have it down here. I think it's in my garage. A collapsible fishing pole, any type. You can go to Walmart, go to Amazon, you can find them. Mine claps down to, I think, 13 inches or something like that. And then I get one of the little Plano boxes and put some odds and end hooks in there, little beetle spins in there. You can buy worms from Walmart. Make sure you get some of the worms and like bee moss if you can before you leave. But if you're fishing for like the Arctic grayling, little spinners and stuff, little things for them, because I mean a big one up there is like 16 inches. That's a monster. If you're going for salmon or something, well, I caught salmon on my extended pole. It's a heavy duty, like not quite ultralight, but not a normal pole. It's a good stiff one, but it's still considered a type of ultralight. I think I had 10-pound test, and I mean we caught some pretty big salmon. If you've seen in the pictures, we caught those on them. But I always throw on some little bigger flies and hooks. Some of the rivers up there you have to be very careful on, because they'll have no barbs, no treble hooks. So make sure you have an arrangement of it, of lures and hooks, because you don't want to get in trouble fishing in a river and, you know, lose your fishing pole and all your fish and a big ticket. So rules and regulations, make sure where you're at, because it's very particular. I'll give you one little hint. I was on a river up there in between Fairbanks and Anchorage. You could only fish for 1 mile on the river. After 1 mile on either direction of the main highway, the river was closed. Because I went down a side road and found some place where we could park in the camper, and found this out later and went, I think we were right at that 1 mile zone. Because I'm sure the DNRs up there, by the way, aren't DNRs, they're state troopers. So when you see a state trooper going by, he's actually a DNR officer too. He writes you the tickets like a DNR back home. Just food for thought there. But again, I think I went over everything. I kind of rambled on here and there. That's my gear. That's what we do up there. Forms, you know it all. So, got any questions? Drop a comment below. Give us a phone call. I'll try to answer everything I can. But I do hope you enjoyed the hunt. We got new hunts coming up. A buffalo hunt in Nebraska we went on. Texas, we went down in February and shot some exotics. And I still have my daughter's turkey hunt that I skipped ahead and edited this because everybody wanted to know more about it. So I got that hunt too. But I hope you enjoyed. Remember, click like. You can click my little icon down at the bottom. That you can go and subscribe with my icon down there. Send the video out, share it, making hunting and fishing better. These are my little home videos. I hoped you enjoyed, at least. It's not the best video on the hunt, but maybe next year we'll do a little better. But always remember, God bless and keep hunting.